Hey everybody, Pastor Scott here, and it is Thursday, and we are going to be looking on Thursdays at being in training on Thursdays, and we would like to look at everyday evangelism, and looking at evangelism as something that we can do every day. And so I want to invite you to become an everyday evangelist. When I was a child, I took piano lessons, and every single day I practiced the piano. In middle school, I began to play percussion, and I was in the school band. And I learned the value of the various instruments that helped set the beat of the song. And I just really appreciate drums and all the other percussion instruments. I went to Honduras about 15 years ago, and I brought home a decoration. This is a decoration. It's not really something that should be used the same way that an instrument should be used. They're both good, but one is more of a decoration and one is more of something that you would use. And what we don't want in our faith life as Christians, we don't want evangelism to just be something that we call ourselves evangelical Christians, but rather we want evangelism to be something that we learn to do. We want to be learning, and we want to be in training to share our faith with others. Peter wrote in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 15, "But in your hearts set apart Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have, but do this with gentleness and respect." Again, that's 1 Peter 3:15. And so what we want to say very simply is that Peter's teaching us to set apart Christ Jesus as Lord in our hearts. So in your heart today, I want you to be willing to set aside following Jesus as a super big a priority for you. Every single day to set apart Jesus as Lord. And then Peter tells us to be ready. And he doesn't just say sometimes, he says always, kind of an everyday reality. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give you the reason, the reason for the hope that you have. Always be ready for everyone. So that's kind of an everyday reality. And so this idea of being ready with hope, that would point to your testimony. Be ready to share the hope, to be ready to share the story. So I want to encourage you today to have a time in your journal where you are maybe over the next week or even the next month, writing out your testimony, being ready to share the hope that you have in Jesus. I want to quickly remind you of last week's notes. We had three simple things. These are going to help you with your testimony. First of all, spend time with Jesus. Be aware of those that are around you. Be aware of maybe the person that God's put on your heart and begin to pray for that person. And as you do those three things and you're writing out your testimony, follow Peter's teaching. Set apart Jesus as Lord and be ready. Be ready to not play your instrument, but be ready to share the hope that you have in Jesus. May God bless your day today as you're in training on Thursdays, really every day, to be an evangelist. May God bless you.